Hi and welcome back to SaliHughesBeauty.com. I am still in the bathroom with Ruth Crilly of A Model Recommends, but we are now in her ensuite. So we're going to have a little brief jaunt through here because there was some more booty in here and I didn't want you to miss out. Do go back and watch part 1 if you want to see the lion's share of the chat, but I couldn't leave this one undone, so here we are again. Hello. This is mainly you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Husband mainly goes in.
What
the
do you
other
think
room.
of ensuite? Because is it ensuite or ensuite?
How sweet, I think, because there's
How
an
would the
E.
French say it? Oh, yeah,
Well,
of
they would
course,
say
yeah.
sweet, because I think if there was no E, it would be sweet.
Ensuite.
Neither
I'm
of
going to
us-
call it an
Neither of
ensuite.
us know what we're
I
talking
don't
about.
really get an ensuite because even though we have one, I kind of wish that we hadn't and left it the other way around. Because you go to the toilet and then it's next to the bed.
Yeah, I
What's
don't like
that about?
I'm against that.
And also, is it really that much of an effort just to walk to a bathroom if you need it? And everyone's like, oh, but when you need it in the middle of the night,
no,
I mean,
no.
the cons outweigh the pros for me
I
of an
don't
ensuite.
like a loo next to the bedroom.
No.
Just because I don't like, it's like that hotel room anxiety when you stay in a hotel room with a new boyfriend or whatever and you're like...
And now that they're all cool, they have
Oh.
like transparent cubicle
Don't get me
in the
started
middle of the room.
on hipster hotel bathrooms. They
Or a
have big
curtain!
gaps. They have big gaps
Yeah,
under the
a saloon
doors like
door.
Americans.
Yeah,
Or they have, glass or a curtain.
yeah.
Or a completely transparent wall.
Who wants that?
No,
It's
it's
not attractive.
British. No.
So this loo, just to cut a long story short, doesn't get used much.
Quick, middle of the night wee if necessary.
However, because we've had like various baby stages, at the moment, husband is over the other side of the house in the spare room that side, and so he uses that bathroom. This isn't a permanent thing, it's just because the
So one
baby's
of you
moved.
always gets some sleep.
Yeah, exactly. So at the moment I do use this loo, but only for wheeze.
Yeah.
This is too much information. Why are we even...
There is
This is
no
my
such
fault.
thing as too much information in these videos.
No.
No such
It's
thing.
an ensuite, ennui. No, this is rubbish.
It's an
Ensuite.
ensuite overshare.
I'm going for an ensuite.
Nat's just shaking his
Yeah,
head like
stop.
it's going nowhere.
Stop.
It's going nowhere.
Also,
So-
can I just say I was propping my heels up on the edge of the shower to make myself look taller because you're in high shoes.
Yeah, but I'm really short.
And then I forgot and stepped off, and then it must have looked really
but
weird.
You're still taller than me in my heels.
So should we open the
Yeah, this is what the world looks like to everybody who knows me when you're down there. So this is the cupboard, yes? Woo!
It's quite organised,
Quite a lot in here.
and I am the messiest person in the world. But this, the magic cabinet, I managed to keep. I sort it every single day.
Do you?
Yeah, because I've got stuff I'm testing, stuff that I always use, and then stuff that I'm going to use at some point.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of on rotation. So every week I clear out the stuff that I've tested that I don't like,
Yeah, I have to clear out regularly.
which I never used to do, and now I'm really religious about doing it.
So I love Verso.
Yeah.
I love Verso. The day cream with the retinol is ace.
Yes, I had that in the bathroom. We
Love
didn't
it.
get to that. It was
Love
in the
it,
drawer.
love it. So what are we loving in particular here then? If this is constantly updated, what are we loving this week?
Constantly updated. Well, a lot of this stuff is just constant and not stuff that I'm testing.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everything on this shelf. Oh, I haven't tried this
I love
brand
this.
yet.
I don't know what it is, but I definitely love it.
It's Tony Moly, you know, the Korean
Yeah,
brand.
so I've got the hand cream of that, but in a green, a
balm.
big green apple. I didn't know they did the lip balm.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
do love
just
it.
love novelty
Yeah,
stuff like
So
that.
do I. Pitch.
So a lot, you know, this is like probably my 3rd or 4th bottle of Argan from Neal's Yard
Mm-hmm.
Remedies. Just a staple. The Time Bomb. Go through this like the clappers.
Do
Yeah,
you?
that one. Yeah, just works really well for me.
Yeah, it is a great product. It's got a nice texture.
And the MV Organics Rose Moisturiser.
Love that
Go
product.
through so much better. If my skin's ever just going crazy, I just revert back to using this.
Really, really simple.
And it sorts me out.
Yeah, it's lovely, that product. I love that whole brand, Envy.
Liquid Gold. Liquid Gold is a little bit too strong for me at the moment.
Because of baby?
Yeah. And I used to use that loads. And I tentatively tried it a few times and it was a little bit too much.
What,
So
bit stingy, bit flare
a bit stingy. So I've been using
So
the
you'll
new
come
liquid
back to it
laser,
later. Okay.
which was in the other bathroom actually. But mostly, this is my night time when I'm in here. And so I've got loads of oils. Just kind of really basic ones like rosehip, argan. This one's really good. The
Yeah,
L'Oreal.
it's good, that one.
That's the rebalancing one.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that one really nice. Haven't tried the Clinique one yet.
So are you a devotee? It's a bit dry as an oil, which lots of people really love, but I do need a full-on basting like a turkey. I like to be properly greasy, but it's quite a dry oil.
I shall bear that in mind. Now you're going to... Your words will be ringing in my head as I try it, which it does with so many things.
Thanks, man.
Advanced night repair.
Yeah.
Mix that in with loads of different things. Obviously, I've been through a million of those. New Lanolips packaging, which I love.
I like it. Now, I Instagrammed it and lots of people said they didn't like it as much,
What?
but I much prefer it. The old packaging wasn't nice at all. Brilliant product. Enough packaging.
This is just my favourite ever lip balm, really.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That and the Sisley, but I think that that's overtaken. The Lanolips is overtaken.
The Sisley lip balm is so gorgeous. I absolutely love it, but I have pot issues with balm. I don't like it in my fingernails. It slightly puts me off.
Well, yeah, so that's a problem with that. This one's nearly down to the bottom, probably.
It's a great balm, though. It's lovely. Hylamide.
Oh, love this. Works so well.
Now it makes me want to cry.
A lot of their products, I didn't get on with the grow hair stuff.
No.
I didn't get on with the cleansing, the Neod cleansing oil thing. But this does make my face look tanned.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
See, now I feel like I should revisit it because I have.
Have you tried that one?
Yeah.
Did you just put it on neat?
Yeah. Have you been boosting it into things?
I just put it on neat underneath moisturiser.
Yes, exactly.
And then by day 3, I have to go down up or down a shade in foundation, darker, obviously.
Yeah, and it doesn't, because it's got no DHA in it, it doesn't smell like fake tan, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and I just don't get any issues with it. Like some fake tans, I get face issues with. You know, it does weird things, or I start getting little spots and things like that.
And a bit flat as well, it can look.
Yeah, so really like that, and I mean you only need a tiny bit of time. I've used that loads.
I love this cleanser. It's one of my
really
favourites.
good, isn't it?
I love it. For a morning, it's not thorough enough to take makeup off.
No, it's not
on a
thorough,
morning, it's
but
lovely.
yeah, nice and fresh.
Yeah. Tell me what you think of Maestro Glow, because I tested it last month. Well, tell me what you thought.
I really like it. Considering that it's an oil, I don't think it's actually as oily as you'd think it would be, as in moisturising. And the kind of the effect isn't as dewy as you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
It kind of soaks in quite well.
Yeah.
I want it to be more dewy, but I don't mind that it isn't.
No.
I suppose.
I think I feel
because
the
I
same.
was worried that it would look like an oil slick.
Yeah. I think I feel the same as you.
And I think it's a nice texture. I quite like the feeling of putting it on like a treatment.
Yeah.
But I love all of their little drop of foundations.
Yeah, they're so clever.
And I like it when something new comes out. You know, it's not
so
just...
do you still get that feeling when a Jiffy bag arrives and you open it and there's something new in it? Do you still kind of get that?
Yeah.
You should always get that, I think.
I think if you don't get that, it's the wrong job.
Totally agree.
Because... I mean, I don't know why else you would do it, really. You have to...
If you can't feel that enthusiasm, you can't convey it. And if you can't convey it, somebody else should be doing your job.
And you can always tell when people... There are a lot of gushers, I think, that gush about everything. And it's just... That is their style, to gush. And you think, well, that's not a genuine love for something. You can't love everything that comes your way. And for me, to write about something... I said to you in the last video, you know, it's a story that gets me. So it might be that it just reminds me of something else or an anecdote and then I run away with it. But if a product really gets me, the story kind of forms itself in a way. I don't really have to try. It just starts going. And if I ever sit down to write about something and I draw a blank or I don't know where to start, I know it's not right. And then I don't write about it.
Yeah. I think that's very, very true. If I come to write something that feels agony to write, I just think it's not the right thing. So we have some Philosophus here. So you're a big fan.
Yeah, I am.
Would you say this is your kind of long-standing perfume? Is this the perfume you can always reach for and know it's going to work?
Yeah, that only because my mum just loves the smell of this on me, and I thought it was so sweet. Every time I wear it, she's like, "Oh, you always smell so amazing when you wear that." And so I started wearing it loads. It doesn't last very long.
No.
But I like re-spritzing it and re-spritzing it. That and also Oud and Bergamot. from Jo Malone. I wear that loads. What else do we have in here? Nipple cream.
Clocked it.
Although I don't really, I think that they've just like developed some supersonic barrier now.
I'm afraid that's what happened.
I swear to God, you could pierce them and I wouldn't know you were doing it.
I'm afraid that is what happened.
Oh, really?
Speaking as a mother of two, they work through the pain barrier and they emerge sort of reinforced with carbon.
I always used to, in magazines when people were topless, and I always used to think, oh my God, their nipples are huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
you had no idea how big
it's
they
amazing.
could get. Yeah, no, they do. They push through the pain barrier and then they're just like Teflon or something.
Yeah, nipple clamps would be no problem for me.
Yeah, no, exactly. You might as well become a masochist.
I'd be like,
No, you might as well
Try
adopt
some-
masochism.
try something else, mate, because that ain't working.
Exactly. You'll have to like grate my bum with a cheese grater or something. Anyway.
Whatever it is that
Whatever it
people
is.
do. Vitamin C stuff.
Yeah, so
Just started
vitamin C
trying
really
this
works for me.
one because that's really strong. I got on really well with the Kiehl's one.
Uh-huh.
And I've been using that for years. I've just started a new one.
Yeah, it's a great product, that.
A couple of months ago, but this is about twice as strong. So I'm swapping to this for a while, and I'm doing a bit of comparison. But you know, it takes months to properly try stuff.
Especially vitamin C, you want at least 8 weeks, don't you?
Some people don't get on well with it, but on my skin, it does.
My skin likes vitamin
really
C.
good stuff. I had about 20 hand creams. They were taking up half the bottom thing. And I was like, when do I ever wear hand cream? I always forget to put it on. So I thought, I'm just going to choose one of them. And this was the one that I kept in here.
So this is the Balance Me Super Moisturising. It's really, really,
very
really good.
good.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you find, though, that you put it on your palms as much as... I'm a real palm moisturiser.
Oh, no.
Because
I'm more kind of...
when I've washed my hands, it's the palms that make me feel really sick because they're dry.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Really.
Long-term favourite body lotion, the L'Occitane one.
I love the smell of that. It's so nice.
And it just absorbs really easily. And you know, some body lotions now, when they're all natural and they just don't rub in.
No.
And you're like, for God's sake, and
No.
you're just completely white streaked all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't be doing with that.
Yeah, me needs want it to sink in.
A little Darphan cream up there, which I really like, the nectar oil.
I love Darphan. You know the 8 flower nectar oil? That is one of the loveliest smells in beauty.
That's the cream of
and
the
this is the
oil.
new cream,
Yeah.
I do love it.
And at first I was like, is that too strong? Because some people don't like fragrance.
Oh, I
But
love
I quite
the
like it. It
smell.
feels like you're having a proper treatment.
I love it. Love the smell. It's one of the nicest smelling oils there is.
So that's lovely, and that's very orange blossomy, this body lotion. Do you know, I can never pronounce this name.
No, and it's annoying because it's one of my favourite fragrance brands. So I think it's
Kirkjan.
Maison Francis Kirkjan.
Kirkjan, yeah.
Or is it Kirkdian? Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But we like it.
Have you seen these, the acne pimple patches?
Yes, do you know I've been sent
Worked
these?
really well on me.
I've been sent them, but I haven't had any spots to test them on. I need to farm them out to someone with a spot.
I almost purposefully give myself spots sometimes.
Yeah, I've done that too. I tell you what is guaranteed to give me spots. If I need to get a spot to test a spot cream, I need to use micellar water every night for a week.
Really? That's very interesting.
Even the most expensive micellar water, even if it's like, you know, a Clarins or something, will ultimately give me spots if I use it for a week.
Funny, I don't get any problems with them. I use this one loads. Caroline Hirons will kill me.
No, that one gives me proper spots.
Does it?
Yes.
Yeah. I use this.
But not if I use it for a
bathe in
night.
it.
But if I use it for a week.
Right, you see, I've never used it for a week in a row. Maybe I'll try that next time.
If I use it for a week in a row, I will definitely get spots.
Interesting. Well, if I need to get spots, I eat Galaxy chocolate. And only Galaxy. Magnums doesn't do it at all. I love a Magnum ice lolly.
Interesting.
But Galaxy chocolate, very specific.
Sugar on the whole
Yeah.
is quite shit on the skin.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm trying the new Sleep Plus stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm
This works,
obsessed
it's
with
so
the
nice.
pillow spray.
Are you? Does it work for you then?
Yeah, it really works for me, but I didn't want to use it when I was pregnant because everyone was like, oh no, essential oils. And then I didn't want to use it when the baby was in the room because everyone was like, oh no, essential oils. So now that she's moved into her room, I thought I'll start it again, but I couldn't find it. This one you spray into your hair and it's basically pillow spray, but for your hair.
Yeah. Nice.
So kind of a little bit different.
I love This Works as a brand, but I can't really do the Sleep Plus range because it's got lavender, and lavender, I hate the smell.
Do you?
It's the only smell I can think of in beauty that I really actively dislike.
How funny.
I have to avoid.
Shall I give you a bit of a spritz?
Yeah.
Love this though, Orange Blossom.
Yeah, this whole brand, I think, so underrated.
Oh, do you want a spritz?
Yes, do you like an afternoon spritz?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Has to be the right thing though. Some of them, I hate what would you call it? Like when the nozzle's not right and the spray. I hate
when it's like someone spitting on you from
yes.
a distance. Yeah, no, it's horrible.
Or when it just covers the entire area
and makes your hair frizzy.
Yeah,
it has to be just right, doesn't it?
But there must be a word for that. It has to be the right kind of nozzle intensity.
Yes, very possibly.
That's my vitamin D.
Great in labour as well as spritz. I got through both of my labours with Clinique Moisture Surge spritz.
Oh, really? Well, I ended up having an emergency C-section, but I reckon that I would have spritzed.
I found it very helpful.
I just remember, I actually went into labour, but when it was really intense, I was kind of like this over the bed, and then the dog wriggled onto the bed and lay underneath me in like a starship, kind of starfish, thinking that I was going to give him attention.
Oh.
And it was just, no, this is not the right time.
No, my dog was there when I gave birth, both times as well. She was just sitting there thinking, how dare you in my house.
Yeah. Oh, when I was trying for a baby, which was years and years and years of trying.
Really?
Yeah, like 6 years.
Do you know why?
No reason.
So you had all the tests, there was nothing the matter, it just didn't happen for ages. Yeah. This is so common.
Well, I got pregnant and had a miscarriage, but that was, and then then it took about another 3 years after that.
Wow, that must have been a long 3 years. It's one thing to be struggling to conceive.
Well, because you don't just think. So it took 3 years before I had the miscarriage, and then 3 years after that.
Oh,
and so you start thinking, not only can I not get pregnant, but I can't hold a pregnancy. So you start thinking the two things are related, which they weren't. And then as soon as I let it go and just thought, everyone, it's always like, oh, you just need to relax and forget about it. And you're like, how can you forget about it when you're thinking about it all the time?
Also, that's just a really bloody unhelpful thing to say.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You don't need to hear that.
But you know what, once I did forget about it, because they were like, oh, you know what, we can start you on IVF later on down the line, so you just relax for the moment and we'll book you in. Pregnant straight away.
Very hard, very, very hard.
Yeah.
The thing about the miscarriage thing is that the numbers are so high anyway. You've got a 1 in 4 chance of losing your baby. Any woman has that. But you must immediately rush to make a connection because you're already confused about what's going on in the other bit.
Well, you just think like total body fail,
basically.
Horrible. And so many of my friends had been through it and never spoken about it. So when I had a miscarriage, a couple of years later, you'd be chatting about it and be like, oh, well, I had 2. I had one before I had such and such child.
I had one before I had my first.
And people don't really speak about it that much.
No.
But I suppose, why would you?
And how far along were you, can I ask?
12 weeks.
Oh, so you're just coming out of the danger zone.
So the day I went in for the D&C after the miscarriage was the day I should have been in for my scan.
That's so horrible.
Yeah.
You must be so happy now to have this lovely, healthy baby.
That's why I never complain, because it's just amazing, I just look at her and think, oh, can't believe that.
Would you like to have more?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. But I'm just thinking one's a blessing.
Yeah,
so
anything's a bonus.
Would be, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's so
don't know how I'd fit anything in, but...
So you went to see... Yeah, but, women just do, don't they? You just cope. You just cope.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, you end up coping. If you end up with 6, I'm sure you just cope.
Imagine my nipples then.
Yeah, no, you'd be screwed, totally screwed. They'd probably fall off.
They'd be like little fruits, like nuts.
So you went to see Zita West, so that was just...
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I just bought her vitamins.
Oh, fair enough.
I went to see John Sagaris in the end after years and years and years and years of nothing happening. I met him at press launch when he was talking about his skincare, which I think is in Harrods. And he said, come and see me. I think his parting shot, we were in Nobu, was, come and see me, darling, I'll get you pregnant. And, quite a few people turned around. And he did. 6 months later, I was pregnant.
Good.
So
Well,
I've kind of changed my mind about the whole acupuncture and Chinese. I was very sceptical before, and now, I mean, it could be coincidence, but
I think acupuncture is a bit different from all those other things because acupuncture it's actually recommended by the NHS. It's a real, I mean, it's a real thing. When I went overdue with my first baby, the hospital sent me to an acupuncturist to put me into labour because I was having a home birth, and so I didn't want to go into hospital, but so I needed to not get to the point of needing an induction. So they sent me for acupuncture and I went into labour a few hours later.
Oh, I wish I'd known about that.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Mind you, she was breech, so...
Yeah, that's tough. Well, they use acupuncture for that as well, for turning the baby round. Mine wasn't breech, he was just lazy, but...
I didn't actually like acupuncture. I don't like the feeling of it.
I quite enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
You just didn't like the feeling of somebody driving pins into your skin?
Yeah,
That's
because
weird.
I was like, oh, you don't feel it. Also, my cousin, who's very matter of fact, said to me about 2 days before I went for acupuncture, and I think I tensed my muscle in my arm involuntarily and the needle got stuck, and then I was completely freaked out by the time I got there.
Right. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I had this absolutely hellish sciatica in my hips all the way through my first pregnancy. Well, from about 4 months onwards. For the last 5 months, it was just agony. I absolutely, I was just permanently uncomfortable, sleeping on a wedge pillow, all of that jazz. Anyway, I went in for acupuncture on the last day of the pregnancy to try and go into labour. And while I was in there, I said, oh, my sciatica has been a nightmare. And she said, oh, I can fix that. And she put these 2 pins in my knee. And when I came out for the first time in 5 months, I had no sciatica.
Really?
Like immediately.
When you say in your hips, how did that feel then? Like aching?
Permanent ache.
That's what I had.
Permanent
ache. But I didn't
ache
think that was a
hips.
thing. So I didn't.
Permanent ache, could never get comfy.
Yeah. I was always going like this on things, like stretching out my side.
That's what I had.
Oh,
anyway, she put pins in my knees and it went then and there and it didn't come back. And then a few hours after that, I went into labour. I felt quite cheated. I wish I'd gone sooner. Yeah. But she just fixed it.
I wish I'd even known what I had.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress.
Yes, we do.
So what do we have?
Not for the first time.
So what do we have up here? What's this? This is Collab. Now I haven't had this, which is a bit annoying.
Oh, you can take that one if you like.
So this is...
I've got loads.
Extreme volume.
Yeah.
So this is a more pumped up version of the old Collab.
Right, so you have to be careful with this one. This one isn't sheer and invisible. Mm-hmm. But do you want to spray it in my root so you can see what it does? Right, you have to still spray it from a bit of a distance, but it's like, those root plumping powders that go like kind of glue?
Yeah.
So put it on and then...
So are we working
feel it? Can you feel it?
Oh yeah, it's like glue. Yeah, but it's proper. It's like a backcomb in a bottle.
It's a backcomb in a bottle.
Yeah.
I love the smell of this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give that a whirl.
Yeah. This is also the bag that I hide things in that I don't want... If someone's coming to stay, because they've been staying in this room... Like my mum came to stay and I was like, I just hide things in there I don't want her to see. So can I just quickly check what might be in there? Oh no, it is. It's just little samples.
I have this bag and it's brilliant because it's massive. You can fit tons in it.
Do you know what I like about it? I really love prints, but I don't like having to frame stuff and it being in one place. And for me, that just brings the whole bathroom alive because it's like having a print in here.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just collect minis of stuff that...
So if you're going away, you would just go fishing in here and take
I would just go fishing, yeah. When I went to Babington House, have they not got the best selection of toiletries? You can take them, can't you? Everything but the big things. Everything
but the big things, exactly. They have everything. They have razors. I've got millions of these from Soho House.
I love it.
I always take them.
Mini razor.
Hello. I love this razor. Yeah. I've got that razor and I take it away whenever I go away. Babington, they've got everything. They've got condoms, they've got toothbrushes.
Yeah, the condoms. Yeah, I thought that was quite optimistic when I went, seeing that I'd got a 3-month-old baby with me. But I did take them.
Well, yeah, you never know.
Yeah. In fact, I didn't take them. I put them in my husband's wash bag. I haven't actually told him that.
Subtle, passive-aggressive.
Yeah. One day he'll just go, hey?
Yeah.
I collect stuff in there and it's all looking pretty neat, really.
It is. It is looking neat. If you had to go away, if you were going away for, say, 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
if your husband walked in now and said, babe, we're going away for 3 days, get your stuff, what would you have to grab? What would you need?
Is there a weight limit?
I'm going to allow you 5 things.
5 things, okay, but like, because I would normally choose on portability of the product.
Okay.
So
So you're not wanting glass?
I'm not wanting glass, so I'd probably do cleanser. And it's got to multitask, so I probably wouldn't take an eye thing. Is it including makeup?
No, from this cupboard.
Okay.
No, just skin, I think.
All right, I would do this. I would probably take one of these oils, but they're in glass, so that's annoying. So I probably wouldn't take anything glass. Tubes. You know what? I would bring this.
Right, great
Because
product.
I just know that with these, nothing's going to happen to my
Nothing
skin.
bad is going to kick off.
At the moment, I'd either take my vitamin C cream,
Uh-huh.
I get through this by the bloody bucket load. This,
Regenerist.
yeah, the 3-point
Yeah,
serum.
it's a brilliant product.
And do you know what? People often comment, especially when it's, you know, brands like L'Oreal, like Olay, like, oh, you can use all the most expensive products in the world. I don't understand why. People sometimes don't get that you want to use high-end, budget, high street, natural, chemical stuff. I just want to use stuff that works.
Totally.
And that works for my skin.
Totally.
I don't really care what stable it comes from.
It's a bit like clothes, isn't it? You wouldn't want somebody to say you can never buy anything in Topshop ever again.
Exactly. Like,
You
just
want
because
to
you've
mix
got a
things
Prada
up.
skirt,
Exactly.
you know,
Or
you
could
may
afford
not
Prada.
shop
Yeah.
in H&M.
Exactly.
And also, I think as well that a lot of the massive beauty companies get flack. People saying, oh, you know, it's not very good stuff, but they've got so much money for research.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
people forget that
Absolutely.
like they are the ones that are actually finding those ingredients in the first place.
I always say this. If you look at kind of your Unilevers and your Procter & Gamble's and your Estee Lauders and your L'Oreal's, they have so much money and they pick off the best scientists and they have the best labs. So if you don't have much money, throw your money at people who have loads.
Yeah, definitely.
What's in this white thing?
Oh, this is a brand at Cult Beauty called Well People.
Ah, yes, okay. I haven't tried this yet.
And I just thought that this was really good.
What is it, like a highlighting stick? Yeah, nice.
It's a really nice texture.
Yeah. No, so you take Regenerist, you take your Weleda cleanser,
Oh yeah, sorry, where had we got to? I take my Lana Lips.
your Envy.
Right, what are we on? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I should bring... you see, if that was in plastic, I'd bring my spray because I kind of see this as a portable little spa. I spray that on planes, which annoys people, but you know, it's a nice smell, so I don't really care
Nice
that
to
much.
scent the room a bit as well to make it feel like home.
That or the pillow spray from This Works. In fact, I would take the This Works little miniature one. Every time I've travelled without fail for about the last 2 years, maybe even 3, I've had a pillow spray. I kind of see it, you know, some people say, oh, I travel with a candle. What?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm too scared to light candles in hotels
Me
now
too.
because you think you're going to set off the alarm.
But also, they're really heavy.
Smash.
You need to have a lid for it that you then have to sellotape on because otherwise everything goes in it and then the ash goes everywhere.
And you have to make it cool before you can take it
Yeah.
anywhere.
So for me, spritzy things like the pillow spray is the best. So yeah, that would probably be my 5th thing, I think. I hate having to choose.
Yeah, no, it's
You know, people say, what one brand or what one product would you choose? And
That is a good question, though. So, okay, if you get to the airport and you're in the airport and your luggage goes missing and you have to go into duty free and you have to go to one counter and sort yourself out, where are you going to go?
I would, do you know what? If it was in the airport, I'd probably do Clinique. Just because I would know exactly what I was going to have, no faffing around.
Yeah.
And I would just go for my basics that I know would, if I got them home, I could just use them forever.
Yeah.
Rather than it risking being, I would be tempted with other brands to go, ooh, let's give that a whirl. Whereas at Clinique, I'd just go, right, take the day off.
It's funny, isn't it? Because we were in Lauren and I were in Bath on the weekend and we needed to get some makeup, long story, but anyway, we went into House of Fraser and we went straight to the MAC counter because it's like, you know where you are with MAC, you know what the colours are, you know what the formulas are. It's very straightforward, like Clinique is. You kind of know the range, don't you? And you think, well, I'll be fine. Nothing's going to go too badly wrong with Clinique or MAC. You kind of, you know, you can just pick up the bits that you need and take them home and know you'll carry on using them.
Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than an ill-advised buy.
Yeah, no, it's disappointing.
And it always tends to be at the airport, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it doesn't count, that's the thing. You go to the airport and you think no purchase counts.
Yeah.
It's not real money.
And isn't it mad, and this is how I know that I'm properly a beauty mad person, that I have so much stuff and I can't possibly get through it all, yet I will still go and buy something.
So will I. I bought something on the weekend in Bath.
And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's good though. I think to never buy anything is a bad thing because you have to be able to understand what it means for somebody to go out and spend an evening's babysitting money on a product.
Mm-hmm. But what I love is doing beauty and budget videos. I love finding really affordable, amazing skincare.
I don't think that there is a buzz like finding an amazing budget product. I don't think it compares to the buzz of finding an expensive good product.
Yeah.
It's really unique. It's like results, jackpot. If you find like the Superdrug serum I write about quite often, it's only £2. So the fact that it works really, really well, I feel happy every time I recommend it because I think, well, you can definitely just take a punt on that. And then when people come back and say, oh, I love it, it's amazing, it makes me really happy. Yeah. It's much more of a buzz, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you get a bit of a guilt when, even if something's amazing, if it's above a certain price, it's like, oh, you know that there's a whole massive group of people that are just reading that and completely writing it off straight away.
Do you... See, I get this all the time, and maybe it's because of the paper I work on and the kind of comments I get, or maybe it's just my personality, but I have to really agonise over recommending a product that's over £100. Mm-hmm. I properly have a word with myself and think, is this definitely worth recommending? Because it's a big ask, isn't it? To say to someone, £100, you are going to trust me and buy a pot of something. That is so much
Especially
money.
when it might suit you, but not suit them.
Exactly.
I think they're always the hardest things to write, actually. Because you've got to be so balanced and you've got to be so detailed. And it's almost like you feel that every sentence has got a disclaimer with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're apologising.
I think, but this might not be right for you.
Because on the one hand, I think, well, it's my job. If I find something really expensive that I think is properly amazing, it's my job to tell you. Mm-hmm. But I never do it lightly. I panic about it a bit first. And I think, I never want somebody who can't afford it to go, Sali Hughes says it's great.
It's the opposite of when you find a really good bargain and you think, I can't wait to write about this. World.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much.
That is my pleasure.
Yeah, no, it's a very busy and enlightening cupboard.
I'm hoping that my light is very nice and soft on us.
I think it's quite soft and pearly.
You'd think that I would have kind of inbuilt some kind of beauty lights or...
Yeah, like those illuminated
Should have thought of that.
Things. The Babyliss one's really good. And Simple Human, they do the...
No,
the illuminated light. Yes, I'll speak to you about that.
Okay, good.
So the beauty chat will continue, clearly. Thank you so much to Ruth Crilly for showing us around her house. Thank you so much for watching again. If you have missed part 1, you can go back and watch it somewhere else on the site. But this has been part 2. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time for someone else's bathroom. Thank you.
Thank you.